So here's my 2010 Ford Flex Limited EcoBoost all-wheel drive, and I've wanted to make this video for a long time now because I think it'll help some of you guys and girls out. And what's pushing me to do this now is the fact that I may have just purchased a new vehicle and this old girl might be on the way out, which is quite sad, but that's another story. So what I wanted to show you and kind of give you some tips about was installing a subwoofer. So not too difficult. You can see we've got the sub box in here. We've got it anchored down at the bottom. So that's just the hooks from where the seat used to be. I have taken out the rear seat. I never used it. I don't have multi-passengers that I needed to use the rear seat, so maybe we'll do a video on taking that out too and putting it back in actually. But it just freed up a lot of room, and as you can see, that subwoofer box fits perfectly. It's got the same angle as the seats, just snugs right up in there. It's fantastic. So walk around to the front. Just want to show you the electrical hookup, which I have just unhooked because I'm actually in the midst of taking the system out of there. So here is the fuse. Here is the positive. They used to be hooked up to the battery terminal right here. So literally a straight shot across with that connection. And the reason why I disconnected it, especially overnight, is because I wanted the capacitor to be out of juice when I went to go hook this up. Now, excuse all the leaves here, but you can see that the wire runs and it's going down, and it's actually going through the firewall into the footwell where the fuse panel is underneath. So there was some discussion about how difficult it was to do this. Another option I had heard was to take off this shroud right here, and I guess there's some ports under there where you can actually feed through. There's, I guess, some electrical wiring and a grommet that comes through, I think, for the windshield wipers or something like that. So that was an option, but it involved taking a lot of this off, and then it's exposed to the elements that much more. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. So what I did is I took a coat hanger and I fed it right through down in here into the footwell, and it actually came up in the footwell here, and you can't see it, but it's actually running down into this kick panel here. It's running underneath this piece here, running underneath this piece here. Doors are locked, of course. Under this kick panel here, and then it's actually going underneath a little section of carpet. Let's pull this seat up, pop the seat down. It's actually, like I said, coming under this little piece here. It's underneath the carpet, and it's coming across. You can actually see it popping out right here. So it's coming through. I've got it popped out here. I've got it underneath some protection. There's a ground right there, so I just use the seat post as its ground. Wiring comes around. You've got your amplifier, and you've got the capacitor, which again I unhooked. I just hooked up to the speaker leads, so that's what these are here. That's how I'm getting the signal from the stock system, so that it knows when to or what frequency to actually play the music at. There's no RCAs on this one, so it just hooks up to the high and the low, or the plus and the minus of the speaker system. And they're actually, you can't see it, but it's tied in back behind these speakers here, and those wires come back to here. This here is just going to the subwoofer itself, and then the trigger wire we have set up from an accessory. So as you can see, everything fits nice under here. I'm not going to go into detail of actually running all the wires and everything, but I just wanted to give you guys and girls an idea of what is actually possible. Because when I was looking at this, I was like, man, where do I put a subwoofer? Like, am I gonna have to build some kind of custom enclosure? No, this is just a stock enclosure that you can buy at most big box stores or electronic stores, and it just fits in there so nice. I did build a little case, if you want to call it that, to hold all the electronics. Let's see if we can see it a little bit better from this side. You can see it here. So it's just a wood case. There's actually a wood floor on it, and that's what the amplifier and everything's hooked to, but it just gives it some protection and it hides it from view on the other side. And that way any prying eyes that are looking in here, they're not going to say, oh, well, you know, there's a subwoofer, let's break in there and steal it. They're probably going to say, let's break in there and steal it anyways, but if you make it less visible for them. So yeah, it's just a standard Alpine 12-inch subwoofer, nothing special. It's an Alpine mono amp, again, nothing special. But I just found that the stock sub, which is in here, it just didn't cut it. And for the longest time, actually, I thought that there was no subwoofer in this vehicle because it just didn't have even the bass that my wife's 2010 Ford Fusion had, which is also a Sony system. I actually prefer that sound system from her vehicle. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have a subwoofer, but it's more bassy than what this stock system was. So I am very happy with this system, though, I will say, especially with the subwoofer installed now. Ford did a great job with Sony developing that system. Really, really great. So yeah, I'm really gonna be sad to see this go. I've had it for 6 years now, and it's just time to go. So again, I just wanted to show you guys and girls an option for mounting a subwoofer in here. If you were at all confused about how to run it, where to mount everything, this might be a good option. Again, I do have the back seat out, so that might you know, change where you mount yours, but there is lots of places, like you could actually make a shallow box, pull that seat up just a little bit more and actually mount it right in the bottom there. That would be another good option too. So I hope you guys and girls found the video informative. If you did, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Tell me why down in those comments there. Constructive criticism is always welcome, and if you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. So, you know, I just wanted to give you guys and girls a little bit of information, because sometimes you never know unless you bear. We'll see you on the next one.